Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel with me Arya again, and today I will try to create a simple integration between the EC2 and also the RDS by deploying the PHP application, PHP script actually, that hosted in the EC2 and can communicate with the RDS. So let's start. First, let's launch a new instance in the EC2. So basically I'm fine with the Ubuntu for the base OS, so I will use Ubuntu here. Okay, so let's wait for a moment. So I use the free tier for this one, and the configuration, okay, I will set the public IP so later we can try to access. And then okay, storage, it should be okay. Let's increase this one by 10. And next, add the tag. And for the security group, actually I want to have the security group that allowing the SSH and also the HTTP port, because we want to publish the HTTP services later, the web server. Okay, so this is the list of port that I want to allow, 80 and 22. So let's review, and should be okay, and let's launch. Okay, so I already get the key pair that I can use to access my server, so just need to click the acknowledge and then launch the instance. Okay, let's launch the instance. Okay, so this is the first step actually, right? And the second step, actually I need to create the RDS, so let's search here the RDS. Okay, and after this I want to create a new database. In this case is, let's say, MySQL or MariaDB. Let's wait a moment for this one. For the PHP script, actually I will use the one that mentioned in this tutorial, so it's quite simple PHP script actually. So yeah, let's wait. Okay, so let's create a database here by clicking the button for create the database. And the standard, okay, so for the engine option I will use the MySQL here. Okay, for the MySQL versions will be okay using version 8. Actually you can also choose the older version, but for me latest is better. So in this case, for the template, because this is not the production level, so I just want to use the free tier. Okay, so yeah, like developing something that will be terminated soon and something like that. And let's create the database. The database will be okay, first RDS PHP. Okay, and the username should be root for the default, and this is the master password. Okay, and after that, okay, this is the burst table because I choose the what I call the free tier. Wait a moment. Okay, for the storage, okay, I think I can use only 5 gigabytes because yeah, no need to allocate a big size of storage only for the dev. Storage auto scaling, I don't think I need that for now. Okay, and availability should be okay. The VPG, okay, I already create this VPG, so I can use this one same as the EC2 instance that I have, so later it can communicate. Public access, no, because I don't want to publish using the public IP, so it just privately connected with my instance. And VPC security group, let's see, should be no, wait for this one, let's choose the second PVC. Wait. Okay, availability zone, no need. Okay, for the authentication I need to be password authentication, the one that we already mentioned before. So okay, the cost should be okay because it's free tier. Okay, and just click the create database. Okay, later we will get the information about the IP there. Okay, this is the database. Okay, let's click here. Okay, let's wait for the endpoint. Okay, it's still what they call, it's still starting. So let's back to the EC2 instance. So in the EC2 I sure that the instance already up now, so we can see the one that below, the running one. So this is the IP, so let's configure this to create a simple web server that allow PHP script to run. Okay, let me share the console for you. Okay, so SSH Ubuntu, the public IP, and then connect. So let's type yes. Okay, now let's install the Apache. Oh no, so let's see whether it's HTTPD. Oh, Apache 2. Okay, Apache 2. Okay, forget to do the apt-get update only for the first time. Okay, wait a moment for this one. Okay, it's already done. Let's install the Apache 2. Should be okay. And let's install the PSP. Because I choose the MySQL before, so I need to install the MySQL for PHP. Let's try whether it's PHP MariaDB or PHP MySQL. So okay, no PHP MariaDB, so PHP MySQL should be enough for this one. Let's check. Okay, yes, the PHP is PHP version 7.4. it should be okay. Okay, now let's open the var www with, okay, so var www html, something like this. Okay, now let's see. So this is the index. Let's try to create the index.php to override this one. Index.php. Let's just try to run this echo. Okay, and let's start the Apache. Sudo service Apache 2 status to check the status first. Okay, it's already running. So let's try to open the public IP or the domain name here. So yeah, let's wait a moment for this one. Okay, we can see that now this is the default page for the web. It's still using the what I call the index file. So let's try to delete the index. Okay. Okay, let's okay, so we can see that test is already working here. So the PHP script is working basically. So the next thing is what I want to do is back to the tutorial here. So I will paste the script that already mentioned in there. So I need to create a file called dbinfo. So sudo nano dbinfo.enc.php. Okay, just paste this one. Okay, I need to add the db instance endpoint later. So for now, let's add the username. This one is root, and the other is password. So be the one that I configured before. Root DNS. Oh, sorry, RDS. Okay, and the second one is the DB database. So for the other two, let's wait for the other two information. So the other is the sample page. So okay, add the sample page, something like this, and copy the code from this AWS page. Okay, you can see something like this. Okay, it should be good. And let's back to the RDS. Okay, let's back to the RDS page. This one. So at least I need to create to get the information about the what I call the database name. And okay, backing up, let's see the endpoint. Okay, so this is the endpoint, right? So the first RDS PHP. So I will make sure that it can be configured. So let's check where is the database name here. Oh, okay. So okay, let's check for, let's add this one. So let's add again for the database information. Okay. Let's change this one, and for that let's try to connect, checking whether this endpoint actually disable. So let's telnet 3306. Okay, it's not working, so let's check. So this is the first issue, so we need to oh yeah, you can see that. So this is the first issue. We need to make sure that this port actually callable, okay, reachable. So let's back to this one and make sure for the security we have this security group, right? So let's check for the first one. We need to make sure that the port is open. So let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. See. So the port for 3306 is not allowed to be accessed. So let's add for MySQL. Where is it? MySQL. Okay, this one. For this will be okay from the, yeah, for now let's add from anywhere, because still this is only have the private, right? So let's save and let's retry to get it tested from the console again. So it'll be okay. You can see right now for the access it can be done. So yeah, let's try for the MySQL command. So basically we need to try to check root -p and -h for the host. Okay, wait, I need to install one thing. Yeah, basically we need to make sure what's the database name inside, or we need to create one. Okay, just try. Okay, now so databases. Let's see. Oh, okay, so let's create database. What I call first, not first, sample. Okay, so the database name should be sample, right? So just like this. And now let's try to open the page from the browser, because we already have the script to be called. The script called the sample page. Okay, /sample page.php, the one that we can see in this page from the AWS documentation, right? Yeah, so let's try. Now we can see. So this is the first script that we can use. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is the net. Okay, let's see why it's have some failed to connect PHP name. Okay, it will be some problem, but no problem. Let's try. First customer address is in the NUC. Just let's add the data. Okay, so there is some error here, so let's check what's the error. get address information. Okay, next. Oh, okay, I see. Maybe it's related to the import itself. Sudo nano sample page, right? So make sure that this one, because in this tutorial actually I need to create the include folder. So now because I don't create that one, so I just need to add this, or later let me try to add the dbinfo ins.php in the ins include folder. So no problem. Yeah, let's reload this one. Oh no, let's reopen this one. The error already disappear now. So let's first customer and user NWC NYC. So this is the first, and let's say the second customer in the Jakarta and something like that, right? So basically we already add the data into the database, you can see. So something like this. So basically it's quite simple integration between the PHP application with the EC2 instance and also the RDS. Basically that's what we need to do. So make sure that we create the database with the correct credential and the database name, and make sure that in the security group it allow the access for the port. In this case, because I use the MariaDB or Aurora, the port should be 3306, right? So yeah, this is the example of integrating the PHP, right? So basically after this video you already learned how to do that. So just make sure that everything works perfectly, and if you see some error, don't be panic, just search for the keyword and you will get your application working. So that's all for this video, and if you see this video is working and useful, don't forget to like and share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.